Hey, I just got here and it's time to talk about rezero, and we have a big problem. All of them need to die after what happened in this episode. Mimi got hurt. I don't care what happens, those two fuckers need to die fast. Very, very, very fast. Please don't kill Mimi. She needs to be protected. We're gonna get into that, but what is happening in this town? Last episode was crazy, but now things got even crazier. Like, we have a dragon right now because sure, that's exactly what this clusterfuck needed. Capella is somehow a dragon. Mimi getting wounded. We have very strong cultists, let alone the bishops being here. Alice being really suspicious. Like, it's insane what's happening in this town. Anyway, I have a lot to talk about it, so let's get into this episode here. Now, big stuff from last week. We have Garf and Mimi, and I have to say they're great together here. When they found those soldiers and the cultists, I'm like, okay, so we're gonna have a fight. But what I appreciated a lot was how good Mimi is with Garf. She warns him, hey, they're too strong. We need to run away. This is not a fight that we can win. And I like that Garf actually listened. And I have a feeling that the moment between him and Reinhard helped a lot with this, and his connection that he has with Mimi right now. They make such a great duo together. So they decide just to hit and run. Just one hit there and run away. But we don't see fully what happens. So we're gonna come back to that. You can mark my words, we're gonna keep talking about that. But here, let's go just through the episode. Heinkel continues to be an asshole. Actually takes Felt hostage just to keep Reinhard there to protect him. But I like how Felt, I don't care. He's not gonna do anything. Just go Reinhard, go help. And he refuses. Now, we know that Reinhard is very, very strong. Probably the strongest character in the series. The dude is so overpowered. But while he's so powerful, I think he lacks in mental capability. Like, Subaru might be the weakest character in the series, of course, outside of a random civilian and so on. But when it comes to mental strength, I do feel like Subaru is above Reinhardt in that aspect. So this kind of put Reinhardt in a stasis here. I'm not sure what he's gonna do moving forward, and I do want him to punch his father. But also you have that Astrea family politics happening there, so it's gonna get a lot more complicated. Even more considering how fucked up this town is, exactly what we needed here. And then we get some information about the town and the witches' remains, thanks to Kiritaka coming in here and explaining some of them. But before we get into that, I said it last week and I'm so happy. Subaru put up the same question, asking, what about Capella? Why does she have the name Lugunica? And apparently, according to Wilhelm, Emerada, she existed. Somebody with that name existed 50 years ago. So could she be the same? She had a personality of also being really ruthless. But I have a feeling it's probably the same person. I don't think she was joking about the name. But we're gonna talk a bit more about her when we get to the section when she shows up, because I have a feeling she has a much bigger connection to everything that has been going on here. Now, this is where Julius and Hetaro come in with the communication device there, the Mitia. And apparently, probably this is why Mimi is still alive, and I'm so happy she's alive. Mimi and her brothers, her family have this protection trisection. When she's wounded, she can probably share damage. That's the feeling I'm getting from it here. So, or at least part of it got transferred. But before they can talk a bit more, Capella interrupts them, starts mocking them. And this is where Garf comes in, caring her. And you can see how broken Garf is. He cares about her quite a lot, but he also blames himself. You can see it on his face here. And while Capella was asking for the witch's remake, this is where Kiritaka comes in, even saying Otto is missing. I hope Otto is gonna be alive, because he's best boy, best friend to have on your life. And here is where we get information on the remains. Apparently you can't move them, because if you move them, everything goes to shit. Like, the flood is gonna destroy the city, everything there. And This is where Al gets very suspicious. He knows way too many things, saying it's like when Typhoon was drowned. So is Typhoon the witch in the city? Probably the one here, but how does he know that? Why does he know that? Why doesn't he share a lot more information here? And this is where the focus on Garf comes in a bit more. Get a lot of exposition pre this with the witch and everything so on. I'm really curious about what happened in the past with Typhoon. Was it the one that got killed in the city? Apparently so. And like how not everything is related to just the witch of envy being the focal point of the story. Even Subaru assumed that instantly, and they said no, it doesn't have to always be the witch of envy. But Ricardo was such a bro this episode here. He instantly went to thank Garf, but I knew exactly the reaction Garf was gonna have when Ricardo went to thank him for bringing Mimi, for saving her life. Garf was like, no, I don't deserve this. This is my fault. He was so panicked, so broken in himself. But Subaru asked him calmly, tell me what happened. I'm still gonna need you. No more mopping. And here is where we actually get the events of what happened there. They did the hit and run thing. The fight got prolonged a bit here, and those cultists are way too strong, like just normal cultists here compared to the fingers that Beetlejuice had. They're way above in fighting prowess. They probably don't have the level of the bishops, but when it comes to just physical strength, they're really powerful here. And it seems like Wilhelm might have some history with one of them, or something about his power here. But back to the Mimi fight, when Garf fought against them, he was doing pretty well, but he gets wounded a bit and then gets mad, actually. And here where we see his trauma, like Elsa, that hallucination he has with Elsa, the PTSD trauma with what happened with the fight between them, kind of comes in and derails their hit and run plan. And as he was about to actually die, Mimi comes in, protects him, saves him, and they run. Like, okay, they got away, so something more must have happened, right? And here is where one of them, the one with the rapier, probably the one that has a connection with Wilhelm, actually manages to catch up to them and slashes Mimi even through her shield, and that's how she got wounded. But that wound is very bad, and like, no, they need to die. Mimi needs to be protected. I don't care what happens. Subaru said, I don't want Mimi to die. She's too cute, she's too good with Garf. Don't kill Mimi. But according to Wilhelm, that wound is probably from the divine protection of a death god. So that's why even Felix wasn't able to heal it properly. So at the bare minimum, Mimi is out of the fight here, which is very bad because she's very strong. I really hope they're not gonna kill her. They're probably not gonna, but I like Mimi way too much for her to die. She's too good for Garf, and them together are awesome here. So hopefully no death, but I like that Garf got back on his feet, wanting revenge, and Ricardo was there to support him. Ricardo is such a bro, he's so awesome. Even back in season 1, when they're fighting the whale, I remember that time when he just went talking to everybody to bring up the morale, to calm them. That helped quite a lot, and he does here something similar for Garf, and that's why Ricardo is an awesome character. Even Julius having faith in Subaru, asking him what are you gonna do next, everybody looking towards Subaru, showing how much faith and respect they have for him. And Subaru starts thinking of Emilia, and yeah, probably his first priority, but some things gonna have to come in first, going after the media that Capella is using to mess with the heads of everybody there. That's gonna be the next target. And Krush was so cute in this episode when she said she trained with Wilhelm there. But Al, again, being suspicious. I understand why he did what he did, saying he's gonna split up from them to look for Priscilla, which, yeah, he's tied at the hip with her, and Priscilla also has a lot of explanation to do. I have so many questions regarding her. Why does she have a giant sword? Al is a big mystery here, and I like how everybody had faith in Subaru again, and Al with the advice telling them, if you're gonna encounter Gluttony, don't say your real name. Don't tell your real name. So I'm like, wait, why do you know so many things? Why? Al, explain some shit, dude. I like he has a cute dynamic with Subaru every time calling him brother, brother. He helps him a few times. He calms situations down, especially with Priscilla. He's there. At first I thought, is it a speech partner just calling him brother normally, or back in season 1 I thought maybe it's that guy they found in the village at the start where Felt was in the slum, that random guy that was there that Subaru encountered. It was a figure of speech between them to keep calling each other brother. So is it that? I don't know, but Subaru Al has a lot of explanation to do, to say the least, but he's a cool character, him and Priscilla, and they're probably gonna have a bigger role to play here moving forward. And as soon as Subaru heard about Gluttony, you can see him seething, anger molding so much there, and like how Julius was able to bring him back down, calming him a bit and saying, hey, I understand this, but calm down a bit. And that was awesome. Even though they quote hate each other, they don't really hate, but they Subaru still bickering with him a bit. I really like their relationship. But after this they finally go to the location there, and I'm like, am I watching aliens? Is Ripley gonna come out? You see those alien eggs, probably the bodies or something, or the eggs of the dragon. I don't know what's happening there, but we have alien eggs, and those two cultists, they start fighting, and you can sense that Wilhelm probably has a history with one of them, the guy with the rapier that wounded Mimi. Ricardo, he did such a cool move, being able to catch that blade with his fist there. Garf holding one of them, they're about to do it. Even Subaru helping with his whips, but that guy is able to get even more arms than just 4 here. So the fight kind of ends a bit in a draw. Nothing really happened between just clashing and checking each other out to see how strong they are. But after that, I didn't expect this. A random dragon shows up, because why not? And then it's Capella. So I'm like, okay, let's back down a bit. At first I was like, is that just a random dragon, a monster, a beast? No, then it's revealed it's Capella. And then I'm thinking, she's Lugunica from the history, probably the royal. Does she have a connection to the dragon? They made that covenant back in the history. I'm going way back now and I have so many questions. Why is she a dragon? What happened? How is she alive after all this point? How did she become a cultist? Why is she such an asshole? And everybody simping after her, wanting to be the mean after that. I'm sure I saw so many posts of people losing their mind about being called a meat scrap and so on. And she actually butchered some people in the background. I forgot about that, and even starts mocking them in dragon form. And sure, why not have a dragon with so many archbishops, strong as fuck cultists here? This town is fucked, to say the least. But what I liked was how Subaru was able to stall for some time. He started chastising her. She was so shocked. Subaru is great at that. She might be good, but Subaru is better at it. He bought enough time for Julius to actually fire his spell at her. It worked, but it didn't work at the same time, and I'm like, this was way too easy. But then it's revealed she can fully regenerate, like how she had her face melted, tongue sticking out, skull, flesh melted there, but full regen power, to say the least. So how are they gonna take out this dragon? It's probably stronger than the white whale, to say the least here. So they're gonna have to split up. Garf, Will, and Ricardo versus the two cultists. Subaru, Julius, and Krush are gonna go after Capella. I like how Julius is like, yeah, Subaru, you can handle Krush, right? They go up. Subaru carries Krush like a princess. Cute moment. Krush is such an awesome character. I really hope at some point she's gonna get her memory back. Same way as with Rem. hey, maybe this time with Gluttony being here, but I'm not so sure. This town is way too fuck up for me to have high expectations, so I just don't want Mimi to die. Just don't kill Mimi. Don't. But the landing was priceless. We don't get a hero landing, perfect landing, but I like how Subaru just landed and he gritted, he held it in, trying to pretend the pain wasn't there because his leg is still fucked up, it's not fully healed to say the least, and things just keep getting worse and worse. Gluttony shows up, this time Roy, and Subaru is very, very angry to say the least, so yeah. I just need next week so much. This is gonna be an insane season by the way everything started, and I'm just, what is going on? How are you gonna get out of this? How? Just too many things at the same time. Even Subaru commenting, why all of you here? One of you should be just the boss, come one at a time, not all at once. What's happening here? And I felt that when Subaru said that, I definitely felt it. But also, if you've missed it, go back into the episode after the ending song. There's an end credit scene, so go watch it and then come back to the video. Make sure you like it. But the end credit scene, we finally see a bit from Emilia's point of view. She wakes up in a bed and she's fully naked. The motherfucker took her clothes off and has a Regulus has a question for her, saying, "This is very important for our future. Are you a virgin?" I mean, yes, she is. She thought that kissing brings babies, so yes, but Regulus. Huh. And yeah, considering everything that's happening right now with that town, I don't even know how they're gonna be able to get Emilia back. Let's say they resolve the problems in the town. First question, is Regulus with Emilia still in town, or are they at his mansion, wherever the fuck that is? How are they even gonna beat Regulus? He seems to be one of the strongest characters we have encountered so far. That's just assuming everything works well in the town and nothing bad happens to Emilia. There's just, it's insane how many things are in motion in this season. But I'm here for it. I'm loving rezero so much, but I'm really curious. What do you guys think of this episode? Especially what do you think of Alan? How is Subaru gonna get out of this? It seems like whole hell is breaking loose. So let me know in the comments below. No spoilers. If you've read the source material, don't go into spoilers. Thank you. And as always, remember to like and subscribe. Helps me quite a lot. And you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying rezero. I'm gonna see you again on the next one. Bye bye.